Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Dionne Williams here today. Thank you so much for joining me for this new edition of Emerge Design Talk. It's been a while since I've seen you, maybe a couple months, and I am super excited to be interviewing again another icon in the industry. This one is a special edition because we're getting ready for the Emerge 10th anniversary show, which is going to take place during New York Fashion Week. New York Fashion Week is be happening now until next week, and Emerge will premiere its 10th anniversary edition show on February the 16th, which is Tuesday. You should go to emergerunwaynyc.com to register for your free access to your front row seats for the event. It is chock full of so much good stuff. I'm really excited about the show. We have so many special guests that are a part of it. Andre Leon Talley and Fern Malice, who have supported me and the show throughout the years. They're special guests, as well as our guest for tonight, who is our host for the Emerge show, which will happen next week, is Claire Sulmers of Fashion Bomb Daily. Everybody loves Claire, and I'm just going to bring her on right away because we don't want to wait.
Hi. How are you?
Thank you so much for taking out the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
So today we are talking to Claire Sulmers of Fashion Bomb Daily. I am super excited to have her here today just to talk about her career and all the things that she loves about fashion. I am always super excited to, just appreciative to Claire for her support throughout the years as well for me and Emerge. I really appreciate that, because I'm glad that we were able to work together on this upcoming show.
Yeah, it was such a blast being with you and the whole Emerge team in Chicago. Everyone was fantastic. I love the designs that I saw. I actually started ordering right from the runway. So it's great, and it's wonderful to be here.
Good. So I want to get into your career. People love you and Fashion Bomb Daily throughout the years. You've been doing Fashion Bomb for so many years. So I just wanted to know, and I have your book too. I did get your book. We'll talk about that too. I love to read your story. So I want to know, how did you get into fashion? Because you are a Harvard grad, correct?
Yep. I went to Harvard. I graduated in 2003. It seems like it was yesterday, but it was a long time ago. And I majored in French and African American studies. And in my studies, I learned about the imbalanced representations of people of color in the media. And I wanted to be one of those people behind the scenes in media that changed our perception, changed the narrative. And also when I was looking at careers, I thought that working in the media and entertainment, it seemed like it was so much fun. And so my first step, I wanted to work in TV, but I couldn't find a job in TV. And so I got an internship on a whim. I was in Kroger one day looking at magazines. I saw Upscale magazine. I sent in my thesis, and they hired me as a fashion and beauty intern. And it was just a new experience. I had a wonderful time. By the end of my internship, I was writing cover stories. They had offered me a job, and I had found my calling in fashion and beauty.
Oh my gosh. So I remember reading your book, and after you had graduated from college and you got your first position, you went to Paris. Is that when you went to Paris to study fashion or work there?
No, Paris didn't come for a few years after that. And so I did my internship at Upscale. I found out that I loved to write about fashion, moved to New York, did internships at New York and Newsweek magazine. I was a full-time research reporter at Real Simple magazine, which is a home magazine. And I was in the research reporting department, which was not where I wanted to be. I wanted to work in fashion. And at the time, I was dressing like the dork that I am, and they didn't see it for me, and I would ask to go to Fashion Week and they would tell me no. And so I decided to start a blog. So I started my blog while I was at Real Simple, and it just got to a point where what I was doing on my blog was conflicting with my job. And I always had this dream of moving to Paris. As I mentioned, I majored in French, so I always have this love for French and the French language. And thought if I want to really break into fashion and work at a fashion magazine, then let me move to Paris, which is one of the historical homes of style, put this degree to some use and try to get a job at Paris Vogue. And it took me a year and a half, but I did end up getting an internship at Paris Vogue. After that, I was a freelancer for Italian Vogue for 3 years or 4 years or something like that. And at the end of my stint at Italian Vogue, I was able to just live full-time from my blog.
Oh, very nice. So how was Paris for you? I love to read your book about, your time in Paris. How was that dealing as a Black young female in fashion? How was that like learning your way during that time?
Paris is not an easy city. I feel like the phrase that you hear a lot is it's impossible. C'est pas possible. But a lot of things are actually possible in Paris, especially for Black Americans. We've seen with so many Black creatives, from Josephine Baker to Langston Hughes, they all go to Paris and they find their way there. And I do believe that me being an American who spoke French fluently was certainly an asset. And there came a point when Paris Vogue was dealing with a bit of a PR issue. They were the first magazine of many during that time to do blackface in an editorial. They thought it was creative. Yeah. Obviously, people of color, African Americans, thought it was offensive. And so they hired me on as to be that person who could offer some balance behind the scenes. But Paris is a beautiful, beautiful city. It is inspiring and artistic, and I can always credit Paris for giving me a chance, A, and B, opening my world. I was able to go to men's fashion week, couture, everything happens in Paris. A lot of it started in Paris. So it was ultimately a beautiful experience.
Good. So when you came back from Paris, is that when you had the idea to start Fashion Bomb Daily?
No, so I started Fashion Bomb Daily when I was at Real Simple magazine. So before I moved to Paris, but it was actually in Paris where I didn't have a lot of, I didn't have a job for a year and a half, basically. So that's where I was able to dedicate a lot of my time and energy into running Fashion Bomb Daily. So Fashion Bomb Daily really did blow up when I was in Paris. Did you go somewhere?
No, I'm still here.
You're still here. Okay, I was like, what just happened?
Everybody probably
I was just talking to myself. But yeah, I
see your outfit. So I'm like, let me give them one quick look of her outfit.
Oh. Okay, but I was just Fashion Bomb Daily. It was kind of more of a niche blog. We did have a following. We had a lot of people who loved the site, but it wasn't monetized. It wasn't anywhere near to what it was today. So started Fashion Bomb Daily 2006. I moved to Paris in 2008. And by 2010, by the end of my time in Paris, after spending countless hours pouring into the blog when I was bored, I didn't know that many people, I just had a lot of free time to devote to it. So by the end of my time in Paris, 2010, I was making enough to live full time from it, but I didn't have enough industry credibility or access to just do it completely, which is why I worked for Italian Vogue for so long.
Well, so tell people like what everybody knows, but just in case somebody, what Fashion Bomb Daily is. So what's your goal?
So Fashion Bomb Daily is widely considered one of the most influential style blogs in the world. We are champions of diversity. We've been a champion of diversity from the beginning. And our mantra is that fashion is for everyone and we are fashion for the culture. And so anybody, regardless of race, size, age, background, if you're dope, then we feature you on Fashion Bomb Daily. And a lot of our readers, most of them probably catch up with us on our Instagram page. We have 1.5 million followers. We're verified. Yeah. We update every day from 9 a.m. until the day is done, every 20 minutes. And we're really where I think we're largely known as where as soon as your favorite celebrity steps out, we'll tell you what they're wearing and where you can get it. And also you can always come to us and ask us what your favorite celebrity is wearing, and we'll do our best to find out what that is.
I know. I remember one year, I don't know, in 2012 or something, and Emerge was honoring Andre Leon Talley, and we made Fashion Bomb Daily, and we were so excited. Everybody's like, we saw you in Fashion Bomb Daily. What's the process in keeping up with that much content? How do you keep up with that much content?
A lot of times it's our readers, to be honest. I'm big on communication. I answer all the DMs, I look at all the emails, I see everything. And so a lot of times when a celebrity steps out, like within 20 minutes we get a message request saying, who does she have on, what is she wearing? But aside from that, what we used to do and what we still do to this day is stay up to date on sites that are kind of that very steady drip of content, from the Shade Room to the YBF back in the day to just Jared to CNN, to see what's going on, who's doing what, who's stepping outside. But we don't do the gossip thing. We always focus on the fashion.
Okay, and then tell me, like some of your defining moments, career moments with Fashion Bomb Daily that are highlights for you during your history with Fashion Bomb Daily.
That's a great question. I feel like there's so many.
Yeah, there's so many, right?
There are so many. Like, let me try to think.
First of all,
I think for me, what I find is the coolest thing is when the people that we write about notice us. So for so long, when I was coming up in the aughts, writing about somebody like Kimora Simmons, who was always so fabulous, and I looked up to her. I read her books. Like, I really did model my career in not every way, but in a lot of ways after Kimora Simmons. And for me to meet her and interview her, and her being like, I love what you do, or me meeting Rihanna and her saying that she watches all my videos, or me getting a shout out from Diddy and me posting him on his page, and I'm just like, what? You know, it's crazy. And then, you know, the industry acknowledgement is great. It doesn't always happen, but being mentioned in Vogue, being written up in Forbes magazine, even getting a front row seat at the Roberto Cavalli show, because unfortunately that has not always been the case. Things are certainly changing. I think in the past 2 years, people are a lot more aware of some of the not so beautiful elements of the fashion industry, especially in terms of acknowledging diversity and acknowledging the value of diverse voices. But there have been moments in the past, and hopefully even more coming up in the future, where we're acknowledged for what we do, because I work hard. You know, I have a wonderful team, and we give it our all every single day. And I do believe that we are contributing something positive to the culture, and documenting things that are happening every single day, every single minute in fashion. And we have carved our own place for ourselves in this digital landscape.
You know, one of your defining moments that I love to watch is, I don't know what year it was. This is when you really documented your going to New York Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week, or Milan, that whole thing where they weren't letting too many Blacks cover Fashion Week. How was that experience? What year was that? And how was that experience for you?
It's every year. What is that experience like? You know, I think in my youth, I really was always trying to get in, or just figure out why not, you know, because from somebody who has done the work and has the track record and the following, it's like I check every box. So what's the problem? But I think now we have the beauty of being selective, and for me, it's really about supporting those who support me, and rocking with designers and fashion houses that value our community, that value our contributions, and want to see us in the room. And honestly, if we're not there, then they're losing out. It's their loss. It's not the other way around. They should want us there. And so I think in my elder years, of my maturity, my whole perspective on it has changed. And it's really about us creating our own movement, creating our own table, creating our own e-commerce store, supporting our own designers. You know, that's what's important to me now.
So what is Fashion Bomb? What are you guys doing lately? You have a e-commerce site. Can you tell us about that and what's new for the site?
So we have a few new things. We just launched an app. You can go on the App Store, type in fashionbombdaily.com and download our app to get exclusive information, to shop from our e-commerce store, to watch exclusive videos as well. And we launched our e-commerce store, fashionbombdailyshop.com, in 2018. And it's a marketplace for designers that I believe in. So these are up and coming designers. They might not have access to stylists. They might not have access to a large platform. And so we promote them every single day. We connect them with stylists and we help them to drive sales. And so that is our new venture, and looking for it to be the next Sparkfetch, the next Net-a-Porter, the next Saks, the next Bergdorf Goodman. Why not?
That's right.
All day long, people don't want to just know the information. They want to know where to buy it, or they want styling ideas. And so that's the next iteration of the business.
I love that. And so where do they can go on Fashion Bomb Daily to get the e-commerce site?
Yep, and the e-commerce site is Fashion Bomb Daily Shop. So just type in Fashion Bomb Daily, add the shop, or you can download our app, and everything is right there on the app, and fashionbombdaily.com.
I want to thank you so much for taking out the time. I want to thank you also for hosting the Emerge 10th anniversary show, which is happening on Tuesday, February the 16th. New York Fashion Week starts this week. And this is our 10th anniversary. I didn't think I was going to be virtual with it. I thought it was going to be a live show, but here we are. But this way, it's like so chock full of everything. It's going to be amazing. Claire does like, I don't know how many outfit changes, so you gotta tune in to see all of her beautiful sites. And I just want to tell my audience too that she's always so supportive of not just of me, just so many people and brands. I've heard so many stories about how sweet people love Claire. I do, because I own a PR agency, and we do a lot with influencers and advertising. I just want people to, make sure that they support Fashion Bomb Daily in advertising. You can purchase your advertising. She has the numbers. She has the impressions. If you have a brand that you want or a service that you want to promote, I always would recommend Fashion Bomb Daily. You can contact them for your ad needs. The influencer, she is great with appearances. I just think we need to support each other, and I always want to support Claire anytime I can.
Thank you so much for that that cosign, and it's been wonderful working with you as well. I can't wait to watch the show.
Good. Well, thank you guys so much. Don't hang up, Claire. But thank you guys. I want to thank you for joining us today. Make sure to go to Emerge Runway. emergerunwaynyc.com to get your tickets for the upcoming Emerge Fashion Show on Tuesday, February 16th. It is really good. Just seeing the footage, and it's going to be something you don't want to miss. So thank you.